I noticed one officer was quiet most of the time and having hard time to reply and communicate with me over the radio. Most likely, he heard my radio lingo and started scratching his head. He was unaware of shorthand radio lingo. I was very surprised and disappointed. Radio has been a key communications tool for public safety and beyond for decades, and the relationship is far from over as more users recognize the benefits of two-way radio over cell phones. 10-4 is one of the so-called 10 codes or radio signals invented by the Association of Public Safety Communications. Say you finish saying something important and the person you were speaking to responded 10-4 or Roger that. What's your 20 when you talked about meeting up? These phrases are examples of shorthand radio lingo that's been in place for decades, all designed to create a clear communication for radio users. Actually, in the 1930s, radio technology was still new and limited. There were limited police radio channels, so officers couldn't stay on the line too long, or else others wouldn't be able to get through. So the 10 codes were invented to communicate information quickly and clearly. These handy codes were quickly adopted by truckers. Truckers or trailers have their own version of CB, citizen band codes. For example, I remember from years it was, for example, beer, smoky, or smoky beer mostly refers to police officers or highway patrol officers. City kitty, that was used for a local police officer. County mountie, that was used for the sheriff or the deputy. And Ivanio, it was used for police officers on a motorcycle. Like other form of radio lingo, such as 10 codes, the police phonetic alphabet is used to communicate quickly, clearly, and without ambiguity. While performing your duties and holding a radio in your hand, you must memorize 10 codes and how to use the phonetic alphabets. Police phonetic alphabet is common with officers communicating a license plate, or for instance, 111 ABC may be communicated as 111 Alpha Bravo Charlie. Today, the use of radio has expanded beyond just law enforcement, and they are used by a variety of public and private industries, including education, transportation, and much more. The codes and phonetic alphabets are part of law enforcement culture and history. By providing a common language within a department, they add to the sense of community and as a link to the past. The use of 10 codes help to prevent suspects from understanding what officers and dispatchers were saying. However, The need to communicate with other department has grown in recent years, and the use of police 10 codes which vary across jurisdictions can potentially confuse first responders from different agencies when they work together. Switching to plain language could become an officer safety issue. That's what I believe. So the protection of sensitive information and the public perception of a lack of professionalism when using plain language is another reason to keep police 10 codes. Using plain language can help to create clear communication across jurisdiction and agency lines. It's also reduce training time for new officers. But I prefer my officers and staff to use police 10 codes. I personally don't like plain language to be used on the radio, even though plain language is encouraged by the Department of Homeland Security, the Association of Public Safety Communication Officials, and International Association of Chief of Police. Dear fellows, mastering the equipment isn't enough while performing your duties. There's police radio lingo and police phonetic alphabets to remember. Try to memorize important police 10 codes. I expect my staff to be well trained and professional while performing their duties. Keep up the good work. Thank you for securing a safer tomorrow today. Stay safe.